Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
Welcome, everyone. It's good to have you here. I'm Whitney Ward. Our top story tonight, we are now in day 2 of the trial for the suspect in the Coeur d'Alene 4th of July shooting, Tyler Rambo. Prosecutors have questioned several witnesses in the trial already, including the officers who say they saw Rambo and chased him.
Yeah, one witness who doesn't know the victim or the suspect says she filmed them fighting on her cell phone that night. One of the other witnesses was a man who had a concealed carry permit and used his gun to actually stop that fight. The alleged victim, Jawan Anderson, also took the stand. He shared what happened when he says Rambo fired his gun.
After he pulled that gun out, what happened?
He waved it and I smacked it and it went off.
How did he wave it?
Across my face.
How close did that gun come to your face?
Directly in front of my face. I could see down the barrel of the gun.
He also told the jury that there was no one else involved in the physical fight between him and Rambo. The defense attorney repeatedly questioned Anderson about this. The attorney argues multiple people were kicking and beating Rambo, which is why he shot a round into the air. Our Amanda Rowley listened to the live stream of the trial all day and will share the latest tonight on KREM 2 News at 5.
Another big story tonight, Spokane City Council has approved a new contract with the Spokane Police Guild. Those negotiations lasted 4 years.
Yeah, last year the contract became a point of contention as local leaders and protesters called for stronger independent oversight of the police. Well, last night the council approved a new deal worth about $9.5 million, and most of that contract surrounds pay. The new contract is mostly retroactive, covering 2017 through 2021. That means officers haven't gotten a raise in years. Approving this contract means the city will start doling out the back pay that they've been saving up in anticipation of this contract.
The new deal also gives more power to the police ombudsman. Under the current rules, the power of that office is fairly limited. The ombudsman can mostly refer complaints to internal affairs and then monitor the investigation, possibly offering up some feedback along the way.
Well, now the ombudsman will have more access to evidence, and it will allow the office to monitor a wider variety of investigations, not just the most serious cases. The deal also makes it clear that only the Ombudsman Commission can fire the ombudsman, and only the City Council can fire the Ombudsman Commissioner.
Now, the ombudsman now has explicit authority to issue a public statement about investigations that he or she is monitoring, detailing exactly what they found. Now, in the past, the ombudsman was limited on what they could say publicly. These changes were evidently enough, though, to sway all 7 council members from no votes to yes votes. And let's call it our third top headline of the day, because that's a pretty nice view right there.
Yeah, I broke out the little car today, went and got it, broke it out of storage, the little Mazda Miata.
How'd it feel?
It felt great. Drove it today, kept the top still up. We're not quite there, but it was nice to get the rear wheel drive car back on the road. Beautiful day out there. Take a look at the headlines. More beautiful spring days on the way. Partly cloudy skies with mild to warm days this week. Also, some days will feature quite a bit of sunshine. Of course, the nights this time of year are still chilly. We're at 51 degrees. You can see the wind is out of the west-southwest right now at 16 miles per hour. Wind speeds around the region. Also, we've got 8-mile-an-hour winds in Pullman, 13 over in Moses Lake, and Wenatchee has 10-mile-an-hour winds. So we'll look for mostly cloudy skies, some patchy fog tonight, overnight low of about 31. Sunshine tomorrow with a daytime high of 54 degrees. That is fabulous. For the weekend, I've got mostly cloudy skies on Saturday, slight chance of showers, and a bit cooler on Sunday with a high of about 48. I'll check that 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Can't wait, Tom. Thank you. KREM 2 is following up tonight after numerous reports of school busing issues for SPS.
Yeah, yesterday was the first day back at school for 7th through 12th graders, but some parents contacted us saying their kids were never picked up by the bus in the morning.
It started a couple days before when her bus route kept saying to be determined. The stop is there, but no time. I inquired with a couple teachers. They said it would be posted over the weekend. Monday morning comes. It's got to be there. I don't know what time, but it'll be there. She waited at the bus stop until it was obvious that there was no bus.
So that is Ashley McNeese. She says she called the school then to find out what happened, only to be told there would be no bus service for that route for the next 2 weeks. She says the school said her daughter would have to walk to and from school instead, and the closest they could get her there on bus is 3/4 of a mile away from home. And Ashley told me today that's just too far on mostly busy roads for a young girl to walk alone.
Are you surprised that no one ever contacted you to let you know, hey, we're having some issues and for 2 weeks you guys are going to have to figure this out on your own?
I was absolutely shocked because there could have been many students waiting at their bus stop without their parents for a bus that never comes. Parents may be at work, maybe they locked up the house on their way out the door. We're standing there. I mean, not one person called and said, hey, there might be some disruption. There were no warnings.
Now, I did reach out to SPS and Durham Bus Services this afternoon. Yesterday, SPS told us the bus routes and schedules were a success, saying as we complete our transition from remote learning to in-person learning, we will continue to work with families to provide timely information, adding this pandemic will continue to disrupt normal operations and services. Now, I did contact SPS again today. I have not heard back yet. I also reached out to Durham, and I'll have more from them coming up tonight at 5 o'clock. In the meantime, Walmart pharmacies all across Spokane County will start administering those COVID-19 vaccines.
Yeah, those who are eligible can start making appointments right now. 5 Walmarts in the county will be administering the vaccine. The list of locations right there on your screen. Those hoping to get vaccinated must be eligible under the state's vaccine distribution plan. Now, when we checked the site earlier today, appointments were still available. More than 1,000 Walmart and Sam's Club pharmacies in 24 other states are receiving federal vaccine allocations each week.
A new proposal could have leaders across Spokane revisiting the possibility of a new downtown stadium.
Yeah, our Morgan Trow is live downtown where city leaders pitched their plans for a multi-million-dollar project. Morgan.
Whitney, Tom, after years of controversy surrounding the aging Joe Albies Stadium, I'm standing on what could be the 50-yard line of a potential new field. Today, the Downtown Spokane Partnership announced their proposal for a new stadium, 5,000 seats, right here in the heart of our city. DSP is proposing a new stadium that will be home to Spokane Public Schools football and soccer games and bring a new professional soccer team to the city. This may sound familiar if you lived in Spokane in 2018.
What started in this room, in some sense, 2 years ago as a bold idea and a vision has really solidified into a partnership and a plan.
In a much more detailed plan, Richard says the stadium would generate almost $11.5 million in annual economic impact for Spokane. One of the big criticisms from the 2018 plan was the lack of contracts with major league sports teams. This time, it's different. The United Soccer League is on board and willing to take a risk on Spokane. They say it will also be available to host concerts or other special events, but I'll be giving you more information about this proposal in our newscast at 5. Reporting live in Spokane, Morgan Trow, KREM 2 News.
Morgan, thank you so much. And speaking of sports, there was a lot of news today concerning our local teams, I would say. So up first, let's talk about the Gonzaga men cleaning up when the WCC awards were announced today for basketball. Corey Kispert winning Player of the Year. Jalen Suggs took home Newcomer of the Year. Andrew Nemhart won Sixth Man of the Year. And for the 14th time, Mark Few won Coach of the Year. Suggs, Kispert, Drew Timme, and Joel Ayayi were all named to the conference's first team. Yeah, Nemhard then made the second team. Suggs and Umar Ballo also named to the WCC's all-freshman team. Okay, let's look over at the ladies. On the women's side, Jen Worth was named co-player of the year alongside BYU's Shaylee Gonzalez. Worth led the conference in field goal percentage this year. And Okanagan native Jill Townsend was named to the first team along with Jen, while Post Falls native Melody Kempton also earned Sixth Woman of the Year honors. Congrats to them.
You bet. Well, finally today, the Pac-12 announced WSU's 2021 football schedule. The schedule features 2 3-game homestands, one to start the season in September and one in the middle of October. Key home games include USC on September 18th and BYU on October 23rd. WSU finishes out their season with 3 of their 4 games on the road, including one at UW.
kind of fun that we're talking about sports
I
again.
know.
It's been a long time.
And we're getting back to where we need to get back, slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. We love it.
Yeah.
All right, we love this too because coming up, it's a very cute puppy, but not just any puppy.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He has a very important job to do. We're going to introduce you to Skipper. That's his name. Next, get that branch.